main idea of the PostState to collect cool and nice citizens. We use not LP tokens, but we use Castle. Our PostState, our blockchain, will help to the citizens to make their business. Our validators, it's our digital army. Our PostState, our blockchain will protect the privacy of the citizens. It will be very easy even for the kid. We need to create the PostState where everybody is happy. We just need to make some magic. Today we will speak about past and the future stake drops, about the participation of PostHuman DAS in WinDAO, more details about the PostHuman blockchain and unit airdrop for the PHMN holders, and not only for the PHMN holders, and also a presentation of the Metarchy game and some news about our PostHuman merge. So, the first stake drop in Q1 2023 is over. First quarter, it's January, February, and March. And in these 3 months, we will have 2 stake drops. One already is over. Second will be made soon. Of course, each quarter we will have 2 stake drops. It means 8 stake drops per year, 1 stake drop every 1.5 months. And dates, as usually, kept in the secret. We can watch the stats. For now, 62,322 PHMN is already issued. It's a 47.6% of max supply. We can see that the price now not so big as we want to see, but friends, don't care about these small scales because we are here for the many years. PHMN just 1.81 atom. This is the brilliant price because when we added PHMN with atom, it was 2.5. So now the best price to buy PHMN. Also, as we can see, we now have only 1,480 members. New stake drops will be distributed among those who hold PHMN in the DAS, and I will tell a lot of good news for the DAS holders. About PostHuman DAS and WinDAO. Before, we didn't have any incentivization for the providing of the liquidity at the Juno swap, but at the WinDAO, we get rewards for providing liquidity. And the pool belongs to the community, so the rewards also belong to the community. Rewards are currently being taken in WinDAO to vote on the awards for the Juno PHMN pool. I will show you how it happens. So at the WinDAO, we have our pool, and this pool is under the control of PostHuman DAS. In this pool, we get rewards, and we can claim these rewards now. What we do with this rewards? This rewards is a property of the PostHuman DAS. So for now, we find such interesting solution. We stake our rewards and we have voice power very near to the 0.2%. And we make this voting power in the WinDAO bigger and bigger. We can see that we have now unstaked Wind and we stake it into DAO with the maximum days of unbonding to have not only the biggest APR, but to have also the biggest voting power. We have kind of the votes for the proposals to add some new pairs, but for this we need to ask our community how we want to vote. And the voting period in the WinDAO 7 days and in PostHuman DAS also 7 days. So to vote in PostHuman DAS, how we will vote? In the WinDAO, we need voting period less than 7 days. So for now, we don't vote for these proposals as we don't know the opinion of our community, but we understand the opinion of our community about the distribution of incentives from the WinDAO to the WinDEX. And with all our stake, we vote for the Juno PHMN pool to get more Wind, to stake more Wind, to vote again for our pool. And as we can see, now our pool have 2.63%. So 6,000 goes to our pool. Very good, because we have even more than Juno USDC. That is very nice. Of course, it's hard to compete with such pair like Juno Atom, and of course, pools with wind and VIA without wind. But I think that this is the really good result and show how our community is big and active. So for what we can use this voting power? At first, in the one of the moment, we can just distribute these rewards among the PHMN holders. Later, we will be able to withdraw these rewards and distribute them among those who hold PHMN in DAS, because this wind, it's also wind of our community. We can do it by the proposal anytime. Or we can raise a funding proposal from WindDAO Treasury to support our blockchain. For example, we want to create the pool with wind in posthuman blockchain. I will tell about it later. And we need some liquidity in wind. As the good wind participants, we can raise the proposal and ask them to add some wind to our DEXs. We have very good friendship relationship with WindDAO and with WindDEX. Friends, you are very cool. Wind is very nice people. About the posthuman blockchain, and I think this is the most interesting part of Town Hall. I already published many different documents about the posthuman blockchain, but I want to clarify some moments. At first, we have posthuman validator and we have posthuman blockchain. The posthuman validator is governed by the posthuman DAS, as we have it now. So DAS launched on the Juno network, and PHMN token is the CV20 token on the Juno network. So it means that exists Juno network, and Juno network have the governance of the Juno network, and those who stake Juno control the Juno network. We have DAS on Juno network, but those who govern Juno don't govern our DAS. Only those who have PHMN govern DAS. So posthuman blockchain will allow DAS to be transferred from Juno network to posthuman blockchain, where the PHMN will be a native token. So for now, our DAS on the Juno network, but it will be on the posthuman blockchain. And posthuman blockchain governance will be separated from the DAS governance. It means those who govern posthuman blockchain will not govern posthuman validator, but those who govern posthuman DAS will govern posthuman validator. It's totally in the same way like that Juno network governance is now separated from the posthuman DAS governance, despite this fact that the DAS is running on the Juno network. So we need to understand that exists the blockchain and exists something that made on the blockchain. So posthuman blockchain will allow us to create many different things on the posthuman blockchain. So PHMN will be used for the both, for the posthuman blockchain governance and for posthuman DAS governance. So to govern the DAS and to govern the validator, you will need to hold PHMN in the DAS and also have a delegator NFT. And for the governance of the posthuman blockchain, you will need to hold PHMN in the governance of posthuman blockchain. Also, you need to have digital citizenship and obtain additional governor status. So for the blockchain governance, there are a few more options about which a little later. So, and there is no other option to for the DAS governance. To govern the posthuman validator, you need to have a PHMN in DAS. Now this DAS made on Juno, it will be transferred from the Juno network to the posthuman blockchain. So posthuman governance cannot govern DAS, and DAS cannot govern the posthuman blockchain. It's just like the blockchain and the app that made on the blockchain. But at the same time, the composition of the posthuman blockchain and DAS governance can be intersect and interact. So it means you can be as in the posthuman governance blockchain and as in the DAS governance. This is not a big problem. So one person can be in the two different governance in the same time. So posthuman blockchain will have the functionality of the decentralized digital PostState. And in the same time, various applications will be launched on the blockchain itself. And the posthuman does, it will be one of the decentralized application on the posthuman blockchain. Also on the posthuman blockchain will be other decentralized applications like the Metarchy, like the Sputnik network bot, and so on and so on. So all transactions within posthuman blockchain will be paid in the unit economical token to pay the fees. It means when you will send PHMN inside of the posthuman blockchain, you will pay fee in unit. If the voice power of the governor is measured in the holded PHMN, then the voice power of the citizen is measured in the holded unit. All citizens will have this economical token unit that will help them to make any economical activity. And if they want to govern the posthuman blockchain, they need to have PHMN. So all posthuman blockchain profit are distributed as unconditional income to citizens in the direct proportion to their voice power. So holded units. It means the blockchain have the profit. Who will get the profit from the blockchain? Citizens. In which proportions? In the proportions of holded units. So citizen can speak out against the governors and against any proposals with her, his, it voice power. So it means you hold unit, and if you don't like the governor or if you don't like the proposal, you can vote against. If certain percent or more of the citizens' voice power oppose the governor or the proposal, then the governor leave the blockchain governance and the proposal is cancelled. So unit will not used to vote for something. Citizens will use unit to tell, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. And this is only what citizens need to do, because if citizens like everything, very good, we even don't need to ask the opinion. You like it, very nice. If you don't like something, you need to tell about it, because we need to create the post-state where everybody is happy. Posthuman blockchain will be governed by not only governors, but also by citizens, because any citizens, even those who are not members of the posthuman blockchain governance, can submit ideas for the posthuman blockchain governance. And for this, citizen will fill out kind of the special form in which will paint their idea. And all ideas are quoted, where the first will be the ideas that receive the most support in the form of the voice power of citizens. So it means you don't want to be a governor. You have great idea. It's nice to do this. You create this idea, and this idea goes up or goes down because other citizens put up it or down this. And this idea goes up or goes down proportionally of holded units. So if you hold 1% of all unit, it will up your idea on the 1%. When this idea on the first place, the governance will create the proposal from this idea. So any citizen can vote for or against any idea which will rise or lower this idea in the consideration queue by a number of points equal to the citizen's voice power. It's a holded units. An idea that is considered by the posthuman blockchain governance as the proposal as soon as this idea is the first in the line. So if you want to up any idea, you don't even need to be in the governance. Governance will create a proposal from your idea if your idea is interesting for other citizens. So it will be private tokens in the posthuman blockchain. You don't need even to use unit as the economical token. Every citizen can use its own private tokens. So holding unit by the citizen means providing liquidity in the pairs with unit. So those citizens who have unit and they provide the liquidity, it means that they hold these units inside of the post-state. Citizens can provide liquidity with any tokens, including private tokens. And it means that you can create the pairs unit, atom, unit, or unit, my own tokens. The posthuman blockchain will enable any citizen to mint their private tokens and equate them in the price to unit. For example, I'm a developer. I tell I will write the code 100 hours. I create 100 tokens, 1 token, 1 hour of my developer job. And I tell that my tokens is equal to the 1 token equal to 10 unit. From other side, designer tell I'm a cool designer. I will work 100 hours as the designer. I create 100 my tokens of the designer, 1 token of designer, 1 hour of my design work. I equate 1 my token of designer to 5 unit. After it, people can exchange their tokens between each other even without unit, because the unit, it will be just as unit to count some value inside of the post state, inside of the blockchain. So if the private tokens of citizen benefits posthuman blockchain, so it means this token is traded, it is sent from one address to another, which means that a tax is levied on each operation and the fees is paid. Then citizen can count on support from posthuman blockchain to provide a microcredits in unit. So it means that if you create some good tokens, people exchange it. If you create some bad tokens, people don't exchange it. If we see the exchange of the tokens, and you can create it even artificially, for us, it's for the post state, for the posthuman blockchain. It's not really important because you pay the taxes and you pay the fees. So if your token is circulated inside of the posthuman blockchain and bring to all of us benefits, we can give you some microcredits. We can create the pool together with your tokens and provide some liquidity. Like every classical state need to do this. They need to help to the citizens to make an economical communication. So, but classical states don't really do it. All they do is create the problem for the citizens. Our post state, our blockchain will help to the citizens to make their business, to make their tokens, to make their economical activity. And it will be a great tool for the citizens to make your own economical business. We will have the taxes in the posthuman blockchain. And any transaction, exchange of one token for another made by citizen or any other user within the posthuman blockchain will be subjected to 0.5% taxes, which is dedicated automatically during the transaction and in those tokens in which the transaction was made. It means if you exchange Atom to Osmo, the taxes will be taken in the Atom and Osmo. If you exchange unit to PHMN, the taxes will take it in the unit and the PHMN. Where this taxes goes? At first, 0.2% will goes to the validator pool to maintain posthuman blockchain security. It means like you are the citizen, you like to be in this post state, but you want to have a secure state, but you don't want to be in army. So pay taxes for the army, for those who provide you security. Our validators, it's our digital army. And it's a cool digital army. We can't attack with this army. This army only can protect our post state. So 0.1% will go to the community pool for the development of the posthuman blockchain. Governors will allocate funds from the community pool by voting on proposals to give it to the developers. The developers create new decentralized application and update our post state. So, and 0.2% is distributed among citizens in the form of unconditional income. It means that if you are not a citizen, you pay 0.5% taxes. But if you are a citizen, you pay 0.5, but 0.2 will return back to you. So it means that taxes for you will be only 0.3. It will be one of the reasons for what you need to be the citizen, because you always will get as the citizen 0.2% of all profit from the whole state. So initial distribution of unit. The initial supply of unit economical tokens will be distributed among PHMN DAS holders with increased odds for those who hold longer. So we can see who hold PHMN in the DAS for a long time, for the short time, those who hold for a long time will get more unit than those who hold in the short time. And it will be very big amount to be true. It will be kind of 1 or 2% of initial supply. And second category is a staker of the large number of Cosmos ecosystem projects like Atom, Osmo, Juno, etc. But with the expectation of the centralized exchanges and venture funds, all stakers, even not the stakers of the posthuman validator, but of other validators, also will get this stake drop, and it will be 50% of initial supply. But remember that 50% will be distributed among the 50 different chains, and 1-2% among the DAS holders. And for now, DAS holders, it's only 1,500. So friends, all who is the DAS holders will win a lot. Of course, some units will go to the developers and testers, ambassadors and contributors. We will have ambassador campaign, contributor campaign, and so on, so on. Full tokenomics will be published soon. Who will get citizenship? Now, when the blockchain is launched, digital citizenship will be received completely free of charge for the same categories, PHMN holders. If you hold PHMN and DAS, you will get the citizenship. Long-term stakers of ecosystem Cosmos projects, we can see who is the long-term staker, who is the short-term staker. So we will not give our citizenship for those who stake not for a long time, only for those who with us for the long period. Of course, developers and testers, ambassadors and contributors, those who bring value to the blockchain will get citizenship, because it's a main idea of the PostState to collect cool and nice citizens. And who is cool and nice citizens? Those who develop, those who contribute. Mainly, posthuman blockchain functionality, we can divide it into economic functionality. It's exchange, taxes, creation of personal tokens and conditional income. It's a social functionality, govern the network, offering ideas, tell that you don't like something. It's educational functionality. It will be incentivization of self-education, learn to earn. It will be entertaining functionality. It's about the games, win to earn, play to earn, interactive content. We will speak about it a little bit later. Of course, it's a security. It's about the validation, but I will not speak a lot because not so many validators today. It's about the conflict resolution. It's about decentralized arbitration courts. If you have any conflicts with somebody else, we will find the best solution, that you find the best resolution of your conflicts. Of course, it's a privacy and publicity, and about citizens' data protection, because our PostState, our blockchain, will protect the privacy of the citizens. And of course, it's external engagement. We need to have good communication with other projects, with classical states, with the supranational institution like United Nations, for example. I already write a lot about the functionality of the posthuman blockchain, and the functionality will only increase. So details about the functionality you can find at Medium. And this is big article. I will not spend all the time on this, but you can read, you can find everything here. When it will be? Very soon, very soon. So Q1, Q2, 2023, it's a DevNet, and it's now goes. It's very good. We don't need to build a lot, because the biggest part of all we need, it's a Cosmos SDK. The most of the modules already finished. We can just take it and put it. We just need to create some more modules and make some more interesting interaction between these modules. So in Q2, we plan already run the testnet. In the Q3 2003, it will be alpha mainnet and unit airdrop and digital citizenship. And in Q4, it will be beta mainnet. This is how we want to go. And biggest part of all of this is already ready. We just need to make some magic. About Mitarhi. Yeah, Mitarhi, it's a cross-gaming metaverse, and one of the biggest reasons why the people will use Posthuman Blockchain and where we will get so many transactions, we run the game. And I want to show you some presentation.
There are 6 locations to place actors on the playing field. There are 4 types of actors: politician, artist, scientist, and robot. Politician can visit square and the university producing 1 power resource. Artist can visit theater and square producing 1 art resource. Scientist can visit university and theater producing 1 wisdom resource. The robot can visit factory, energy station or dump producing 3 resources of products, energy or recycling. Power, wisdom and art are available non-material resources necessary for the win the game. You need to collect 1 of each to get 1 victory point. Glory, resource that performs the function of a joker. 1 non-material resources. Also there are material resources product, energy and recycling. All 3 material resources are needed to purchase 1 action card. They are also used for betting 1 conflict result. Product is bet for win, energy for lose and recycling for draw. Player starts the game with 1 material resource of each type. Starting from the 2nd turn in the first phase of turn, even cards are played. You can get resource glory with their help. When you send an actor to a location, it is necessary to supply it with some arguments, which are rock, scissors, paper or blank. For every turn, 1 argument of each type is available. 3 types of action cards that become available in special turn phase. One of them can turn off location, blocking resource production on it. The next type allows you to teleport the actor to another location. The 3rd type make it possible to exchange resources with another player without his agreement. Identical actors at the location begin conflict. Arguments selected earlier are used to solve it. Whoever wins the conflict gets the resource. Bits allow you to get additional resources or allow you to change the conflict result. The player who, as a result of all turns, scored the most victory points, wins the game.
So, we already run the Discord of the Mitarhi. Feel free to join to Discord of the Mitarhi. I see that Ekaterina with us today here, and she will send the link directly in the group. Mitarhi, it will be the first game, but not the last. It will be the cross-gaming hub that will combine a lot of different interesting games together. It will be the open source online game based on the Cosmos SDK and also on the Massa network, because they have autonomous smart contracts and IBC protocol. In this game will be microeconomics, opponent prediction and betting, and players can participate in the championships and choose sponsors themselves. So Mitarhi will be the first game of our game metaverse platform. There will be a lot of new games added, like Cosmos Chicken Coop, Honeywood, Lorem Ipsum. So the NFTs from one games will be also used in other games. This cross-gaming functionality, we think it's a totally wow, game-changing, because before this nobody have the cross-gaming. All games was separated from each other, but because of the Cosmos SDK and games on the Cosmos, we can create this cross-gaming synchronization. Our main mission of this game, it's of course connect Cosmos ecosystem, Massa network, and develop the ecosystem by attracting new members and show how it's cool and simple to use the ecosystem in the gaming. And also we want to distribute governance of the game between the creators and players to show that the games under control of the community much more better than the games under control of the small group of the developers. So our main foundations is of course openness, It's a customization, gaming interdependence, decentralized governance, gamification on financials, and autonomous smart contracts. And this is the real future. So decentralized governance means that the players can govern the game. They can even change the rules. They can evolve the game and make the game like they really want. Openness, it means that nobody technically can forbid you to play this game. It's from the technical side. And from a humanitarian side, it means that all of gamers will have the direct connection with the developers and they can influence the future development of the game. Customization, it means that every of us want to make this game more better for her, him, itself. Because of the custom interchange smart contracts and because of this cross-gaming, you will have possibility to change any view of your game, change your characters, and one player will see the game like this player want, another player will see the game like it want, so it will be full customization. Gaming interdependence, it means that all you do, it need to depends of what other people do. So it will show the communication between the people as that we need to think not only about our deeds, but which actions other players did. It's very hard to explain what is the liquidity pool in the common words. Take the token A with the token B, put into the liquidity pool, you will get LP tokens, send these LP tokens to farm to get new. This is very hard. But if you will tell, friend, take the wood and the stone. If you put wood and stone together, you will get castle. If you have a big castle, then peasants will come to you and peasants will work on the field and bring you some profit. This is easy explanation, totally the same as the providing liquidity to the pools. Just we use not token A, token B, but wood and stone. We use not LP tokens, but we use castle. So with the gamification, we can explain very easy these financial structures. And autonomous smart contracts. This is the new generation of the smart contracts when the smart contracts can work independently. So it means we create some alive smart contracts that they can interact with each other in the different networks by their own wish that is written in the code. And this is something really revolutionary. And because of the autonomous smart contracts, we have good possibility to create this GameFi synchronization when your achievements in the one game will also lead to achievements in another game. We can see this is our blockchain, our PostState. This left up corner, it's about economics. Left bottom corner about the governance, post-human token for the governance, unit for the economical people, for the validators, token log. And this is the technical part and security part, right bottom corner. And right up corner, it's about gamers and token GATO, game token. And gamers will play the games, participate in the championships, and vote for the sponsors. So how it will work? First, players are interested in the gameplay and winning the game because they will get some rewards. Sponsors are interested in the promotion of their projects among the target audience. And players vote for the sponsors, which makes it clear to the sponsors that those who voted for them are the target audience. In other words, players choose those who will advertise product or service. It means I'm a sponsor. I want to pay money or funds for those who will glad to see my advertisement. Okay, our gamers vote for you. We are the target group. Promoted to us. we will get your tokens as our rewards for the winning the championships. Sponsors redeem part of game tokens and create a liquidity pool. Sponsor tokens together with game tokens. And after it, they will receive marketing services. For example, creating game skins with the symbols of the project and providing information about this project among the gaming community. So gamers will see the advertisement that they really want to see because they was voting for this advertisement. So players compete and the winners receive game tokens, which they can either exchange in the liquidity pool for the sponsor tokens, or player can hold game tokens and use them to vote for the future sponsors. Some Juna come to us, Juna tell, we want to give you some Juna to make advertisement of Juna. They create Juna Gato pool liquidity. Gamers play a championship. We make the skins with the logotype of Juna and so on. Everywhere information of Juna, banners about Juna network. Winners get game tokens, and after they tell, oh, I can exchange it into Juna, or I can hold it because next championship, another project, Osmosis will come, and they will add not only Juna to the Gato capitalization, but they also will add Osma to the Gato capitalization, and the price of my Gato will grow up. So it's an interest for the gamers to hold Gato and to vote for the new sponsors because the price of the token will grow up with every championship. So future sponsors will add their tokens to the capitalization of game token, which will increase the value of game tokens. And of course, Metarchy NFTs can be used in other games like Cosmos, Chicken Coop, Honeywood, Lorem Ipsum, and many more games. It will be very interesting for the players too, because the price of NFTs will grow up all the time with every new game that will join the cross-gaming synchronization. About the gameplay, turn-based strategy with prediction and bets. And it will not hard to play this because all the game based on the stone, scissors, paper. And if we play with you stone, scissors, paper, it can be only 3 results. Or draw 2 stones, or for example, paper and stone, paper win, stone lose. So you can put the bet. I will lose, or I will win, or it will be draw. And everybody who can play stone, scissors, paper and can predict the win or lose or draw can play this game. It will be very easy even for the kid. In the gameplay will be also some microeconomics. You always need to understand how much different values you have. Too much power, too less knowledge, I need more knowledge, less power, so on, so on. And it will be, of course, the diplomacy, because players can exchange the different resources with each other, make some alliances. The game world, it's a world of the near future where most of the problems are solved by the mass robotization. But at the same time, human nature hasn't really changed. And the main human values that couldn't be robotized, it's a knowledge, it's a art, and it's a power. Material resources began to play a secondary role, but at the same time, they are still necessary for the functionality of the society. So Metarchy gives players a positive and constructive view of the world. It's not post-apocalypse. We don't think that in the future it will be totally mass destruction and everybody will kill each other for the resources. We think that we will solve the biggest part of our problems, but of course not all problems will disappear, even if all the labor will be fully automated. Metarchy will enable players to look at the world not dually, but trially, making it clear that the world is not only black and white. Let's go on the next topic. Post-human swag, smart clothes. So friends, we already create the prototypes. These prototypes will infuse chips. If you can see, this is not the colors. It's how it in English language, when you do something with the rope. So if you will look Monia, it very fancy. It will be with the high technologies. This is our prototype of the hoodies, our prototype of the t-shirts. I will share this presentation with you so you can see it by yourself. I want to tell you thank you for the participation in the Posthuman Town Hall number 3. I will edit this video and publish it as soon as possible. Bye-bye.
Нам Земля как будто космолет, Солнце движет нас через пространство, но однажды Солнце упадет в самый центр звездного убранства, а до этого не ровен час. Землю Солнце взрыв сотрет в мгновенье, нет другого выхода у нас, нету кроме космоса спасений.